Hi everyone, my name is Allison Stafford, and this is my video presentation for Cultural Self-Analysis Paper Part 1. So the item that I decided to choose is my Bible. The one on the left is one that I got whenever I was a baby, and the one on the right is one that I've gotten more recently. This relates to my cultural identity because of my faith. It's something that I believe strongly about, and something I try to have my behaviors reflect, and something that I do consider when making decisions. But also a lot of my morals and values that I hold are from the way I was raised being a Christian, and the beliefs that we've followed. This has been part of my cultural identity since I was a small girl. I got the one on the left whenever I was, I believe, a baby. And so it's been something that's always been around, but as I grew up and grew older, it's something I kind of made into my own through my own relationship with Christ. An additional piece of information is these are actually not with me. These are at home just because I like to keep them there. I have one that I keep here, but these are ones that are special and dear to my heart because my grandfather gifted them to me, so they stay there. So my own cultural identity, I made a little word cloud, so of all the things that encompasses me, makes me me, such that I'm a Christian, some organizations that I'm a part of, I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, and some of that components encompass my race, so I'm white, and I am a woman who is 21 years old, and as I said earlier, I'm a Christian. I'm from Spruce Pine, North Carolina, so that's along the Appalachian Mountain Range, and I come from a middle-class family. So these are all things that I'm proud to represent and proud to be, and something that I have made my own. So a lot of people who influence my cultural identity, obviously one would be that's big is my family. So I come from a two-parent household, and I have 3 siblings. I am third, and they raised me, as I said, with those Christian ideals. But they also taught me how to work hard and be proud of who I am, and that it's okay to change, and as you get older. My grandfather, as I mentioned earlier, is the one who gifted me those Bibles, and he's gifted me one every couple of years with my name inscribed on it. And so he's been a pivotal part in my upbringing and in making me who I am and the values that I hold now. And my mom really helped me from a young age realize I should be proud to be a woman and be proud of my strengths. My friends really influenced my cultural identity. I would say when I was younger, I did try to mold myself to fit in with other people and not change my cultural identity, but portray that in a different light. But my friends now, I've realized through that we all have different experiences, and intersexuality is so different with everyone, and that's what makes an individual an individual. And so we very much appreciate where we all come from. So this next slide is about oppression. So in my personal experience, I am grateful to have not experienced a whole bunch of oppression, but the oppression I have experienced, first of all, would be me being a woman. While I am very proud to be a woman, and that's what my mom raised me to be, is to be proud of that, we are a minority still. So I believe we don't have as many experiences as men do. There's also still a pay gap, which is a problem. And we are seen as weaker, meeker, and that in some places it's very much taught to obey. In other countries, such as like Saudi Arabia, women aren't even allowed to get an education and things like that. Socioeconomic class is another one of my oppressions. I come from a lower middle class family, but also my geographic location played a part in me not being able to have like a private education, for example. There wasn't a lot of opportunities for other things such as gymnastics. My family wouldn't have been able to necessarily afford the gymnastics, but at the same time that wasn't even an option for me because it wasn't in my town. So another example of my socioeconomic class oppression is I wouldn't have the opportunity to go out of state for a college. There was an out of state college that I did want to at least apply to, but I knew that my family could not afford it, and I didn't want to get that deep into student loans. So those are examples of some of my oppression. On the flip side, there's privilege. So I am a white woman, so I was also raised by a police officer. So I don't have a lot of experience feeling oppressed by the police or scared around the police, and I haven't been discriminated against because of the color of my skin. Sexual orientation is something that I also haven't experienced oppression against. I know a lot of people, when they do decide to come out, experience a lot of bullying, especially in high school. So that's something I've been witness to, but I personally have never experienced. And lastly, for my conclusion, I just want to say that I've realized intersectionality as I've gotten older and matured, and I realized that what makes an individual is all these different things that come together. I realized through supplemental readings and through this class so far that I do have some oppression and I have some privilege, and each person's can be very similar but can also be very different. But we can all relate in the fact that we've felt oppressed or we felt privileged in ways. This is going to be something that's going to help me in my future career and relate more with my patients and relate more with other people and just forming genuine human connection. Thank you very much.